Hello everyone and welcome back to the Valley, the Old Farm. Now, between this episode and the previous one, I finished the harvesting contract we had on 66. Now, as you can see by the money situation, I think we were lucky to break even. By the time we took the rental out for that massive machine, it probably wasn't a good idea. However, it shows we probably made money a little bit, whereas if we were just on our field, we definitely wouldn't have done. So, we have a couple of quite important jobs today. Obviously, as part of that, I now want to rip together fields 83 and 61. I have gone ahead and I've cut the grass on 83 as well. I've done that for episodes, and now I have put into the second silage pit, which you'll see is. I've not done anything with it yet. We're not gonna touch that till we've filled it a bit more. I just didn't want to waste the grass. However, what we are going to do, the other big job today, is going to be to empty that first silage pit. Now, the way I see it, we've got two main things. I'm going to keep, probably, we're going to use that big Quaker trailer. I'm going to keep probably two or three myself. I'm going to go over in the food mixer over here. The idea being that we mix some TMR, we can probably get cows. The only thing we're missing out here is mineral feed. And I have an option for that because what I have done is I have put in the multi-fruit buying station. I was looking for an option to give us some bigger TMR mixers. Sadly, there really wasn't. But some bigger TMR bags. Bit about 50 litres, which still. So at least with the buying station, I can just roll the big excavator over. Right, so ripping fields together. This, by the way, is a lizard cultivator, one of my favourite pieces of equipment of the game. Because basically what it is, it's classed as a cultivator, but it acts like a plough. And because it's square onto the back of the tractor, unlike most ploughs, I can actually use it. So if I come to here, if I drop this into here now, I've got it set to allow create fields. What I can then do is cut across here and try and smoothly join this in like this. Then I go and do the same at the far end, and then we just have to take out that middle grassland area. I'm hoping once I've done that I'm going to be able to set an AI off to do the bulk of the ripping here. See, this field's going to have a fair undulation on it, but shouldn't be an issue. Like I say, once again, I'm going to try and... I don't want it just to be a 90-degree sort of corner, so I'll come back here a little bit. If I start taking it out like this here, and there we are. So I'm going to take out all this grass, and I'm hoping, so once I've done that, I'm then going to be able to leave the idea. Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to another episode in the case. I know you guys are probably bored of seeing that tractor now, but unfortunately, I think the requirement for this thing is 260 horse. The case being 270 is just a little too close, especially with the undulation with the hills. So this massive Ferguson's 305. That's a good amount of headroom. See, the other thing this is going to create, it's going to create stones, which is handy because, as I think I said past, this map has a built-in production that turns stones into lime. So if we start getting stones, we start turning them into lime. A little bit there I'm going to need to cut. That's no problem. Let's see, I'm just basically, I don't think you don't gain massive by doing this. I like sometimes having the fields cut together just because it means obviously you can set one job off There are two, and I think for what we want to be doing, we don't overly need a lot of small fields. We really don't need as many grass fields as we had. So I'm more than happy to turn this over to being crops. I mean, it has got me thinking, do I want to like take some of these boundaries into it a little bit, but I have a feeling the angle might get a bit much there. So see, that's the two fields now basically cut together. Now the AI should pick them up as one, which is useful. If I just get rid of this little corner here, I don't want it to leave that. I never leave the AI with the allow to create fields option on, just in case. But now if I look, you can already see how it's picked that up as one. And you're still showing a little bit of gap between them. I don't think that kind of reminds me of the state of Texas for some reason. I'm guessing just the shape. So I shouldn't have be able to do is get this guy going on this. And I say we can go and deal with the other important job of the silage pit. Weather's looking good, so we've got rain to worry about in the immediate forecast. It's alright. Not the Massey, unfortunately, that's not really good. Back to my favourite, the one that you all are probably rather bored of seeing. But like I said, the priority here is to get this pit clear because the silage side of the pit isn't doing us any favours. You see folks, there's the stone picker. I do eventually want to go around and plough and lime all our fields, but obviously we ain't really got the money for lime right now. It's kind of adjustable. Something like it hasn't. I was hoping the trailer might be adjustable. If I pull this to here for now, we need to give that a wash. Yeah, 250,000 litres. So this trailer memory is about 45,000. I think a full bucket in this thing's about 8,000, so let's send a couple up to the TMR mixer and see how we get on from there. So before we jump into a time lapse now, folks, I will see you all shortly. And welcome back, folks. Right, so what I've done is you saw 2 full loads have gone into my TMR mixer. Also going to see how he's getting on. Yeah, he seems to be getting on alright. Right, so 2 full loads gone into my TMR mixer. Our price actually is not bad. Where's the animal dealer? There, right, so up into the city, right, so just untag the place. Price isn't quite max, but isn't far off, which is, yeah, I could really do with the cash injection now, so I'm not going to argue. So like I say, after those 2 full loads have gone into our mixer, what I'm planning to do is take as many full loads as I can now to sell. I think there'll be a couple. And then whatever I've got left after those 2 full loads, that'll go into the pit as well, along with, I'm thinking, 1 bucket load that I mentioned before. I was looking for a way of doing mineral feed. I couldn't find any way of buying like larger quantities than 50 litres. So I've thrown down a multi-fruit buying station inside one of my sheds. I only plan to use it for that, but I suppose I could use it for seeds as well and stuff, because it does allow you to buy. It's not one of these that gives you it for free, you do pay for it. So if I use that to buy mineral feed, basically a bucket full at a time in the leave here, I think that'll give us the best option, unless I do find a mod that allows me like an IBC of that's what I was hoping for. Like I've got a mod that gives me IBCs of silage additive, which is 2,000 litres, as opposed to the, I think it's 60 you get on a pallet. It's expensive, don't get me wrong, that 2,000 litres is like 25 grand, it's why I don't own one yet. But I do love this map. Now into the town. So the animal dealer was off to this side here. I think what I want to do is not open the shop. Wow, I pressed Euro truck commands there for a second. Okay, we're down here. What on earth? Okay, I definitely didn't hit anything there, so I don't know what caused that little situation, but there is animal dealer, so if we do buy some cows, these are who we'll be dealing with. There, it's nice to see some money finally going into that account, which has been a lot of time taking it out. $15,000 per trailer. If I get a couple of trailers, that's like 30 grand. Is that actually a trailer or is that just like prop? I'm guessing, yeah, it's just a prop because there's no real lights. Although maybe it had like a trailer that you could just rent. Well, that'd be a cool idea. Anyway, now back to the farm. So I'm hoping to get at least 1 more full trailer out of it. If I get 2 more full trailers, then great, we'll sell them both. But and I'm pretty sure we needed milk for our VIP orders anyway, but I do want to put cows in, so I'm guessing that's what happened. I'm guessing the curbs in this town are pretty brutal to trailers. Oh, well, you live and you learn. I mean, that one would have made a local news. I bounced the tractor through somebody's house. Like I say, I know you guys are probably bored, but I do really like this case. So you see, 34 man, I can get a bit more speed up. Like I say, as I said at the time, I love it comes from my Hot Belon series where I work the poor thing. Long after my farm had developed to the point where I had, I think it was 10 or 12. I think it was about the lowest powered apart from stuff I had for specialist jobs. It still always found a use for it because it was just such a versatile machine. To the roller coaster we go. I knew somewhere along, I think it's that one. One of the areas I got further alfalfa, which I wouldn't mind going myself. I think we do need alfalfa for one of the things we've got. Since it's a unique way to crop that's added to this map that's not a base game. I would quite like at some point to do a run of it. Also, I do apologize, I don't know if you can hear any background noise. I've got a bit of a fan going because I'm currently recording this during what is pretty much the apocalypse in England, or as it feels like it. We shouldn't complain about hot weather, but my god, it's been no escape. So I'll leave that there. You guys can see some of my elite loading shovel skills in real time now. See what's left in here. 104, so yes, there's going to be at least one more. No, there's going to be just two more full, so I get 3 sails and a tiny little bit to go in my... I'm kind of worried that side it won't seem to let me grab hold of. I have solutions for that if I need to. I do think it's a good move. Because I mean, we could have done this with the front loader that's on the little Massey Ferguson, but I don't think it'd have reached the back of that trailer. So I've had to build like a ramp system. So I do think it's a good idea to buy this big leap here early on. As I say, probably got further use on the farm later as well. I mean, it could be used to move bales, it could be used to move pallets. I did buy a pallet for catchment for it as well. Yeah, you can see it's over there, resting on top of that scrap metal or whatever it is. So we've got. I'm going to set so I can do a couple of different jobs with it. Obviously, I'm planning for this to be the bulk of its work. But my next plan is to not actually is to fill the silage pit, but try and get 2 or 3 cuts into it before we actually ferment it. I know it's slightly unrealistic leaving grass just open, but to be honest, in real life they would sort of do pits in stages, which is what we can't do, so we kind of have to balance this. If I can get 2 or 3 cuts, I mean, if that first cut got us 250,000 when I left one field for hay, if I can get like 3-4 cuts, that'd be nearly 1,000,000 litres of silage. Or even better, if in the late game I really want to do a corn silage run. Because I've recently done that on my Calmerston farm map I mess around with single player. I probably won't show on stream on video one day, you never know, but I did one on there, one of the big fields, and I got just short of 1.8 million litres of chaff. Which is going to keep me in silage for quite a considerable length of time. So we're getting close now. I will keep an eye on the money, make sure that there isn't somewhere better to send it, but if anyone dealer stops at 320, I'm more than happy just to keep feeding it into them for 15 grand a time. And got a trailer. That should give me the money to at the very least purchase some mineral fee, which means we might be able to end this episode with some cows. So we'll be now. I think I'm going to need a. I don't know if I'll be able to see yet. I don't know if the cow barn needs water or whether it's plumbed in. I would hope logically it'll be plumbed in. One of the bits I find kind of annoying with the game at times is when you have to transport water by tanks to like massive cow barns like that. In real life you would either plumb them into the mains or you'd have a system for filtering rainwater. Because you wouldn't be transporting little tanks of water to something like that. In a fixed position, it just doesn't make sense logistically. I have a feeling that this will be the last scoop. We're not going to all of the scoop into that trailer, but we are going to be left with just over enough for a third trailer, so which is positive. I'm going to take a lot of this to be honest with you. I was going to take half of it. And so I'm going to leave you over here. And let's head back out again with another. Probably rather overloaded for a combination of this size, but they've given me the space in the tractor, so I'm going to use it. So comment down below if there's anything particular you'd like to see me do in this series, any special goals you want me to work towards. Like I said, we've got this sheet to work to. But if on top of that you want to put in a couple of little side goals, then please, just let me know. And I'm going to do at least those 4 levels. I think the key respawning, so I think once you do those, like a 5 will appear now. See how we do, we may go into them, we may not. I'm determined to finish those 4 with you guys. Well, there's a couple of goals and things I want to try and get done on this. In this series I do want to own the VGA, because I know once you sell salaries of the VGA it's worth a lot more money than it is this way. And that's why I'm going to check the prices, didn't I? Still going up, 322 now. I could stick around and wait to see where it peaks, but to be honest with you, I just kind of want to get these jobs done. We don't want to drag things out for too long. The difference between 320 and 322. I suppose. Well, I say it's not a lot, but when you start doing the maths, for every pound it goes up, it'll be an extra £470. Which when you start looking at it that way, I mean, somebody offered me the chance just to hang around for an hour and earn an extra nearly 500 quid. I think I'd be hanging around for as long as I needed. Good to know, so I can sell excess straw here, so chances are I'll probably be doing that. That lovely flowing river in the background there. Another just over 15 and then we'll get back, get the last one filled up. And then I think there's going to be about 10,000 litres left after that. Which, like I say, that's going to go in the mixer. I'm then going to go and get 1 scoop of mineral feed. And then once I've done that, We're going to see how Ripper's getting on. And then once he's done, hopefully that'll be the end of things for today, and we'll be able to tomorrow I'm looking. I know I've got fields to harvest. I've got the grass is ready to mow again, but I'm letting that grow another stage for the better yield. Got fields to harvest. We'll have that new mega field to sow, which I'll have to look into what's best to put in there. I'll ready stone pick first, obviously. Stone pick it, turn that into lime. See how much we get. Come back. I have got a lime spreader, so we could come back and lime that field we've ripped. Which obviously would help us with yield. Yeah, plenty to keep us going. Plenty to things to do. To try and keep it varied, just 'cause I don't want to spend every episode doing the same thing. Actually, I don't think I bought that lime station. I'll have to fly over there and buy that at some point. I can't wait till we get Cali coming down and all these fields next to us will be full of livestock. Full of the life and the nature of the countryside. Which is the reason we do this. And so here I'm going to forward in this time just because I can spin it afterwards. Put this here. Back into this guy. But I think once I've done this, I think what's left I'll be able to just take up in the shovel. What's left here now? Oh, so it's just over 48 left now. 47, so yeah, there's going to be a little bit left over, not quite another full trailer, but like I say, we're not going to turn it down. At least, so I'm kind of worried how it's not letting me pick up that side. I'm hoping it's one of the things that once I take some that's above it, it unlocks it. I've had that before with silos. It's been weird where not allow you to take some out until you've like cleared another part. But I'm just hoping that's the case here. If not, I'm going to have to figure out. I have systems, I have ways of doing this. Yeah, I've definitely got this shovel in the right place, it's just not. Know when to grab it. I actually don't, well I said that was in book, I haven't had this book with 22, but I realised I haven't done a lot of bunker siloing in 22. I tend to use a fermenting silo these days. I believe anyone who watched our Silver Run series, Chris referred to it as the big blue penis. I use that a lot in single players because it takes up less room and it's less seed. A little bit easier, but like I say, because I'm here with you guys, I thought a job like this gives us a chance to bond, a chance to get to know each other intimately. And this thing I think's got this scoop and then maybe a bit of one left. I think that'll be it. Full. Right, so. Now I think he's trying to troll me. And then if I want to say I should be able to start picking that up because as you can see there, it's I think I moved part of it there. See me as having some stuck in the silo here, which we could do with a bunker silo with an ejector part on it. So I'm going to say still about 6,000 litres in this silo. Right, so that trailer is now full, so what's left in here? Which should be this and then one more bucket load I can take. So I shouldn't drive with that much weight that high up. Really? I'll take this up to the mixer and then we'll try and grab the rest. We'll see what we're left with. I would try the belt system, but last I heard there's still a bug with the game now where belts are known for randomly losing product, which I don't overly want. I know that's ironic I'm saying that as I currently can't get product out, but so you say we're going to have 100,000 litres of each of those ingredients. So I mean, say mineral feed we're going to have less of because quite frankly I ain't made of money. I don't know, we need to think about selling some of those crops. I don't know whether to... Right, so I'll throw this kind of over to you guys, what your guys' thoughts are. I always personally feel that just selling raw crops in base farm sim is never going to be the efficient use of... Just because the game is so around productions. Now what I can do is purchase probably the grain mill. If there's on this map I will have a look at it, but if there isn't, I can build one. Basically, purchase the grain mill. Put all my raw ingredients into there now. That then doesn't matter what price because you don't get paid when you put the ingredients in. My victory stuck against this wall, bear with me a second. You get paid obviously when it sells. Now what I do is I will set it to auto sell. I know that you don't get the best price that way, but it saves us having to move pallets around. I definitely can't get that. So the page we've got 1500 left in here that it won't let me. Not a problem, I can deal with that. $14.92 there that it can't pick up, right. Oh, this is always the trick to get rid of. Tiles that won't leave. Obviously you need to try and make it look a bit more realistic again, so. Okay, apparently still makes the 600 litres in there, which I think I can see is that lot there, isn't it? And there we are, 0, so we're now done. So I'm hoping I don't have to do this every single time. So I need to do this needs some 1492 that I can sort out in just a second. Or I can just leave that and call that what you because you naturally I think would struggle to pick up every last little drop. So put this into here. So I say now to me, I think we're ready for some mineral feed, which I'm going to get quickly now because oh I know daily price actually 323 and then that started to fall. Like I said, let's get it there before it. Where am I? Ah, that one. Like I said, we need to get it there and get it sold. This is the thing I'm saying for silage is incredibly profitable in this game, but as much as I could just do that permanently and make a shed ton of money, I prefer, but I do intend to, I do always toy with the idea of doing like a purely silage, and maybe just doing like a dairy farm playthrough. To me, you'd have to do a small amount of arable just so you could get straw, but just doing everything focusing around, say, cattle, have 2 big cow barns on a farm, just enough land to like feed them. That'd be a very different style. I tend to play primarily arable with a small amount of livestock built in. So what have I got in my silo right now? I have to double check. As I know I've got everything I need to do cow food minus mineral feed. I'm wondering if do I have a crop that I can feed to chickens? If so, I could get those today as well. I must admit I have no plans to get sheep on this map, although never say never, I guess. And I very, very rarely do horses in this game just because it just never appealed to me. Plus horses, we're not gonna get a VIP order for horses, I don't think. You don't get that many on a pallet. Let's watch down this hill, see if it does it. No, it's fine this time. So here we are, folks, the last trail load, and finally we've seen a bank. I think for the first time since we started, I've got more money in the bank now than we started. Remember, we started with 50,000. So say for the first time we've actually gone above that. Maybe about to drop back below that again once I start purchasing, but it's definitely a sign that the farm is heading in the correct direction. Maybe not as quickly as some of us would like, but I think things will ramp up as we're getting settled at the moment. We're still dealing with what we got left by the previous tent. I fully roleplay that the fields when we got them were what the previous owner had planted. So we were just, and I'm too tight to waste crops like the potatoes. As I say, I think I broke even. By the time we took out rental of machinery, even doing that big contract, I don't think we actually made a lot of money. We certainly made more today, let's put it that way. That big sorghum field we have, is that could be a good stash out for next episode, because I think we can feed sorghum to chickens, so we could do that. Obviously I planned for that field 54 wheat field to be chicken food, but there's going to be a few episodes till that's harvestable. Just noticed something there on the screen to the side of us, engine cooling temperature, 17 degrees. That would be an engine that to me has issues with the coolant's only at 17 degrees. That's one seriously cold running engine. Yeah, so I'm going to put this back, I'm going to put the trailer away. I'm going to check on how the Ripper's doing. If he's not, I don't think he's featured, I've not had the message. We might fly over to the lime station and buy that. I can take, give you to take the pickup out. I don't think you guys have actually seen the pickup truck yet. Oh yeah, mineral feed first. I keep talking about it, I should probably do it. Back you back into there. I do like that Quaco trailer. I really do. I've used it in previous games and that. It's always like my stylish trailers. I like stylish in general to the capacity, but obviously I realise they're not practical for use for other crops. Let's put this guy into here. Just so it means that when we can put the A-test in front of it if we need to. As I said, my plan is to buy one bucket load, assuming the cost doesn't go too ridiculously high. I'd hidden it away in here. I think it looks quite good in here actually. 7 grand for right now. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. I can live with that. How far this will get us, I don't know. Probably not very far, but at least once we've got some TMR, we have something to feed them. Wow, TMR. Mineral feed must be heavy. Look how it's making the front of this thing sit down. I'm very nearly doing stoppies when I break. I think if I put 8.5 ton of stone, 8,500 kilos of stone, I think we generally would flip it forward. Right, so what I should now be able to do is go into here. +1,000 +1,000. Ooh, that's an expensive recipe to make. Mineral feed always made a very small percentage. Now to use 1,000 of it, I may have to tweak the XML for that a little bit, but that's for a future episode. For now, I'll leave you while I do some research into that. Because I'm sure when you mix it, I'm in the help files there for that. Total mixed ration, there we are. Doesn't actually tell me. Useful. I'm sure in reality it was like a really small. Oh, look at that finish. Talk about perfect timing. Double check to make sure he's not missed any big chunks. guy back in his shed first. Well, according to the minimap, he's like missed one tiny little bit up in the top corner, and that's it. And in fact, what I see here would be inclined to agree with that. See there, it undulates a bit. I would love to get a chance to smooth it out a touch, but I don't think it'd be worth it. So that's there. Right, so I've got great fields off, haven't I? Because it appears to have missed a couple of little like corners, which I'm just gonna. Yeah, if you're limited fields. Just down a couple in that corner. I just want to make sure he's got all of them. Like I say, I think next episode it'll be a case of set the stone picker up on here. Get him to go around, do his thing. And then we can look at what we're going to plant. By the way, no, those aren't the standard colours. I think the cultivator standard is like red and black. But I like to make it stand out a bit. Here we go. Oat and soybeans. I'm pretty sure neither of those things I can feed to animals. But, as I said before, if my idea is right, if the grain mill looks like being a worthwhile purchase, then the oats certainly will go into flour. For you down there? I'm going to put this just back away in here. As I said, I don't think a lot of you have seen this, the pickup. Here she is. I didn't go for the big V8 one. I've used this trail boss pickup a lot. I do have a lot of love for it. Yeah, I can make it bounce. Right, so what I need to do is I need to have a look at the lime production, which I do believe is bakery, spinnery. Lime production actually all the way up there. Then what's the grain mill one of these? Grain processing. Biogas plant there. Sawmill. Grain mill over here, look. If I go to them first, means coming down here, around here. Now that we need to drive all the way there doing it, I'm going to drive up to the lime production just because that's... I'll have a look, I'll come back to you next episode folks with the cost of the grain mill and that, and we'll see what... Especially... I mean, right now it would be a case it would be a loan. If I could do it without taking out the loan, it'd be even better. Because then you'd be sort of into the profit margins a lot sooner. I know the lime production will help because lime, like I say, will help us increase our yield on our fields. As you can see, I bought this as a way for us to get around. A little bit quicker. What a silly place to build a wall. take the shortcut the air always do. Well, the hedges look real. I love the way the hedges are changing colour because of the autumn. Even though we're playing seasonal off, so it's kind of pointless. I'm also glad to see we're not getting the old tree flicking bug. If we do, I do know how to deal with it, luckily, but at the moment it all appears to be behaving, so long may that continue. Hmm? The line building, so we've now got. Turn it off now, I don't need it. Yeah, 2,000 tons, 4,000 lines, it's nice. We've already got a good amount of total mixed ration. So I'm going to end this one here, folks. So when we resume, probably the next day. And I think we're going to have a bit of a harvesting mega session because looking at what we've got, my plans for the next one are to get 53 harvested at the very least. Those three are grass, so they're not as critical. Yeah, I was on 52. If I get 53 and 52 harvested, I'll at least get one of those done, as well as getting, I don't know what we're going to call this now, 8361 stone picked. And getting that ready so it can be planted, then we can look towards our next crop of crops. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share. Check out the rest of the channel. Check out some of Christy's amazing stuff. I mean, I'm just jumping in here to help out, but he has some really great content on here, and he's really worth taking the time to check out. But thank you very much, and goodbye.